Hello and welcome back to the Patchwork Crafter. So today we have another trash to treasure video for you. We are going to be making this really cute witch's hat out of stuff that you would normally just throw into the trash. So let's rewind a little bit and go back to yesterday and we'll get started. So to start off with, we have this lasagna box that we are going to be shaping into a cone. You might need to wiggle it around and finagle it a little bit, but eventually get you a good cone shape. And then after that, we need to trim the bottom edges of it because we want this to be able to sit flat. And that might actually take a little bit of time also because, I don't know, it didn't go flat on my first round. So I had to keep on trimming and trimming and trimming. And finally, I got it to where it would sit flush. After you get your cone shaped, you want to start gluing it. You want to actually start gluing this from the bottom because if you start from the top, everything is going to fall apart. So go along the seam and kind of go in about 1 inch and then glue it all the way up to the top. And after you get it all glued up again, yep, that's right, we need to trim it a little bit more because it's sitting all wonky. So here we are with the scissors trimming it up again. After you get your cone worked out, I have this round from, I think it was like the cake rounds that you put a cake on. Anyways, I didn't get enough trimming when I did the cone, so here I am trimming up this round because I feel like for some reason it needs to be smaller and it really didn't do much for the size of it. So I'm just trimming to be trimming at this point. Okay, now you want to get a piece of fabric. I have this orange fabric that I paint stained and I'm going to trace the round onto the fabric and then we are going to go ahead and cut this out. After you get your fabric cut out, you're going to go ahead and get your Mod Podge. And then you want to paint your cardboard round with the Mod Podge, probably a pretty liberal painting because you're going to be sticking your fabric down to the cardboard round. Okay, at this point you want to make sure you didn't miss any of the edges like I did, and if you did, you want to go ahead and make sure those are stuck down. Then you want to set this to the side to dry while we work on the cone. Okay, honestly, the cone is probably the hardest part. So you need to cut a rectangular piece of fabric longer than your cone and wider than your cone. And then we are going to take our Mod Podge and paint our cone liberally again and start sticking down the fabric. Now you want to make sure that you drop your cone down at the top to where you have a little bit of extra fabric so that you can make the tip of your hat because the cone doesn't make a really good fine tip. So just make sure you get all of that and then close it up. And you're going to be using your hot glue gun to finish it off. But before you do that, you want to go ahead and cut your excess fabric off. Like I said, here we're going to be using our hot glue gun to just kind of close it up and finish it. So that's just really simple. Just go along the seam and kind of pull your fabric tight as you glue it shut. This way you don't have any bubbles that are left around the cone. After that is done, cut the excess fabric off of the bottom of the cone also. Alright, assembly. So you just want to use your glue gun and go around the bottom of your cone, and then you should probably try to center it. I didn't, but put it somewhere on your cardboard round so that we can get ready and start putting embellishments on. I have this really cute ribbon that I got from Dollar General last year, and we're going to use that as our ribbon that goes around our top of our hat. So to do that, I ran a bead of glue on the bottom of the cone to stick it, and then I'm just gluing the backs of it. I did a little bit extra because I didn't know how much I need, so after that I had to cut off my extra ribbon. These maple leaves came off of a Dollar Tree fall pick, and I am just going to glue these two in the front to kind of start, I don't know, my decoration on my hat, I guess you would call it. So I had a little bit of trouble getting these to stick down because I left the center stem in there. If you do it, you probably want to cut that center stem so you can kind of glue it where you want them. But that kind of was like a center point for me. After I put on the maple leaves, I'm going to put on some green oak leaves that I also believe came from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to put 2 of those, and I'm just going to kind of layer them so you can still see the maple leaves in the background. And then we're going to just glue those down, and we will move on to another layer of maple leaves. Now just notice here as I'm putting down this other layer of maple leaves, I'm coming off of the cone of the hat and coming down on the brim of the hat, and I'm kind of layering it so that you can see each layer of leaves that I put down, and kind of, I don't know, making it more like 3D coming at you, not just flat on the hat. That gives it a little bit more depth. Now I'm also going to add some of these Dollar Tree hydrangeas, not Dollar Tree, I got these from the Dollar General. These are Dollar General hydrangeas that I'm going to add into the center, and I just cut off 3 little individual stems, and I'm going to glue those down one at a time so that this way I can kind of put them where I want them and they don't just flop around. Okay, at this point I thought I needed some more green, so I'm taking some more of those oak leaves, and I took 2 of them and I folded them in half. I didn't cut the stem off, and I'm just going to stick those in behind the 2 original maple leaves that I put on each side to just kind of give it a little bit more green, because I think I've got too much orange going on here. Alright, so y'all will have to forgive me because my glue gun has been acting up here lately. I like to place things before I actually glue them down, and with my glue gun giving me a mess, it probably works out better that way anyway. But after I get my leaves on both sides, and like see, look, my glue gun is acting crazy again, so I had to re-glue down the flowers on the front. I'm going to put in some of the berries that came off of the maple pick just to give it a pop of bright orange. And I think it looked really good. So what do y'all think? Alright, so now we're going to add some more ribbon, kind of like tails for our hat ribbon that we've got. And excuse me, I had to figure out how to dovetail because I did it the first time and I did it backwards. So when you were dovetailing, you want to have the longest piece on the outside and then the shortest piece on the inside. So don't do it backwards like I did. I almost did it backwards again. You see there? So I'm going to dovetail this, and then I'm just going to fold it in half and stick it up under the flowers to kind of make it look like there's ribbon up under there, while I'm using less ribbon than what I should have used. And of course I have to place it, and then I'll glue it in for the final finished ribbon. Alright, so after stepping back and looking at it, I figured I still didn't have enough green in there. So I just took these leaves off of some other flowers that I had. They were just some random flowers. And I'm going to be sticking them in under the flowers in the front because, I don't know, in my mind I feel like I need more green because I've got too much orange going on. So I'm going to do that on both sides the same way I did the oak leaves. I'm just going to take the leaves, fold them in half, and shove them up under the flowers. Like I've told you a couple of times already, it's best to stick them in place and then glue them down because you never know if you're going to like it the first time. Okay, so after I have that green in there, I figured now I needed more orange. Human condition. I'm never happy, like most people are never happy with what they do. But I did add one more sprig of the orange hydrangeas that I got from the Dollar General, and I think I'm going to call it a day. So let me know what you think. Do you like it? Is this your style? Would you prefer something darker, lighter, black for Halloween? I'm doing more fall colors, so I'm not doing the black. But just let me know down in the comments what you think. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.